I actually got introduced to YieldRobot a while back, but I decided to hold off on making a video before I confirm a few things. First, I wanted to run for a few weeks, and second, I wanted to make sure that it was indeed secure. And third, I wanted to see if there's more to it than just your regular old miner. So I'm gonna lay down from an overview perspective everything you need to know about these guys, what they have today, what they have coming up, and then you can make your decision if it is indeed something that you would put your risk capital in, because indeed this is a very high risk type of protocol. I cannot stress this enough. So whatever risk capital that you have at the end of the scale of risk and you decide to enter, then it's fine. Don't overexpose yourself, never do that. So before I go ahead and explain everything you need to know about these guys, I just want to address some security concerns because it's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? So they've had 2 audit reports. So the first one actually identified some cracks within their codes. So that's why they went ahead and corrected these and released the second one. So in the second one, they actually have a decent overall score of 78%. Few more things to highlight. So there's a 3% deposit fee that was also identified in the code, goes to an owner wallet, no withdrawal fees, and that owner wallet is used for marketing and development, as you will see on the blockchain. And also when it comes to trust, the thing that they highlighted is that after these backdoors have been identified, the team went ahead and decided to fix them. So I think because they did this so openly, that put a bit of trust back, and that's why more people decided to, okay, let's go ahead and invest more, right? So I think this was an important step, and I'm gonna say that it was done a bit above average, so to speak. So with that out of the way, let's touch based on what is the protocol doing right now. So at the center of it all, there is a YieldRobot smart contract that collects BUSD from various investors who enter the protocol by depositing their BUSD because they want to earn, right? So, and as I mentioned earlier, there is a 3% deposit fee for marketing and development. So all of that BUSD is going to be sent to Binance through a hot wallet and used in Binance futures to generate profits from long and short positions, and all of those profits are going to be taken back and given to the investors who are earning 2% a day. Okay, this is what we know. This is what the protocol is doing right now. So pretty simple set of rules. You just put money in, you take money out worth of 2% a day. Pretty straightforward. Now, before I actually address the few things I noticed on both the dashboard and the smart contract and how some things are not very, in line, in my personal opinion, let's talk about the things that we have coming up. So we have a few things, or let's categorize them into 2 major upgrades that are coming up pretty soon, and discuss them briefly, and then just touch base on whatever I just mentioned. Now, second phase of development will be NFT related. So they are promising to use their bots to also leverage NFT trades on OpenSea, flip them, make some profits, and put it back into the protocol. Phase 2 will be a limited set of 5,000 NFTs released to the first 5,000 holders when 1 million TVL is reached. And owning that NFT will grant you an extra 1% a day. So instead of 2, you'll be earning 3% a day. And there's going to be another phase of NFT releases. So a set of NFTs, they're going to act like vouchers of BUSD. So you're going to take 2, so a pair, combine them together, get a random NFT out of this combination that will earn you a certain percentage a day, up to 5% from 2%. So yeah, the NFT part of the equation is also referenced in their white paper. You can access it from their main website. You can see whatever I just spoke of. So that's phase 2 of development. Phase 3 of development involves a token. So what they want to do is that they want to release their own token called YRC. Now YRC will have a maximum supply of 21 million and will have a distribution phase of 3 stages. So stage 1, 30% of the whole supply will go to the top 20% of users, meaning the people who invested the most into YieldRobots. That's stage 1. Stage 2, 50% of that supply will be distributed to all investors based on how much money they invested in BUSD, of course, and the time that they have been invested in. So both of these elements will go together to determine how many tokens one person will receive, and the remaining 20% will also be released on the latter stage, but that will go to the team and will also be released gradually. So not at once, and none of these stages, none of these bulk of tokens will be given at bulk based on whatever stage they're at. They're gonna be gradually released to investors, to the team, to the top holders, all the top users in this case. And again, another reference of this is in the white paper itself. So overall, stage 1, which is currently what is happening, so phase 1, let's call it that. And then these two phases, they said that they want to start with the NFTs first and then migrate to the token, but that will be done in 2023. No specific dates yet, but it's gonna, it remains to be seen. So those are plans. Will they happen? Nobody knows. So going back to the dashboard, I want to talk about a few things I noticed and, make my conclusion at the end of the day. So first things first, the total amount deposited on the dashboard exceeds the money in the smart contract. So this here says about 633K, and the smart contract, in the official YieldRobot smart contract, there is about 492K. But that's about 140K of difference between whatever we see here and whatever is actually there. Now the total users approaching 5,000, so my guess is by the time this happens, or maybe before that, the TVL will be at that 1 million mark, but let's see. Second thing that was very unclear, actually before I tackle this, I think the discrepancy between this and the amount of money invested here is that this was the founder's money that is used to being traded, because I did address the question. I did ask them, so what about this difference? So where is the money that is used to generate those trades, those profits, right? Because if you go and look at the BEP20 token transactions, because you want to track the BUSD movements, right? So you won't see any movement from or to a Binance hot wallet, which is supposedly the place where some funds are being sent to trade on Binance Future. So that doesn't exist. So where is this money coming from that is used to trade, right? So my personal guess, because it wasn't confirmed, which is one of the first, let's call it a small red flag, is that the difference between this amount and the total amount that was actually pushed in the protocol since inception, and that amount is being used to generate those futures trades. But that is pure speculation. I don't have confirmation of this. Second is the max payout that I also couldn't find anywhere. I even asked the question, it wasn't pretty clear, but based on what I see right now, so APR 730%. If you multiply 365 by 2, you're gonna get 730%. And even though the word APR is not technically correct, as by the investment book, because APR is literally what you get per year, but here it's telling us that this is how much you'll be getting eventually, which is the logic that most of these protocols are following. So if I follow the same logic, that means that I'm gonna keep getting money 2% a day for 2 consecutive years, which is far from a stretch if you ask me. That's a bit too much. I don't think the trades can hold distributing that much money for 2 years, and of course assuming that the investor base is growing as well. So this is also the second uncertain flag, so to speak, that I could fish out. Now everything else, it's doing what it's intended. So it is collecting money, it is generating 2% a day to claim, it is also taking that 3% to this dev wallet. So I did track the wallet, and this wallet, even though you cannot be 100% sure, is also moving funds out for marketing mainly, I think. Now development, I don't know how to track this, to be honest, but I think marketing is being done through this wallet as well. So, and also they did send the link to track investments, but they haven't updated anything yet on this link, so on this GitHub. So we're gonna wait and see whatever they put in here, even though they did send me personally some snaps, which I took the liberty to save, of trades that have generated profits or loss. But again, those are pictures, they could be anything, and based on what I see, this is the bot number 2 of YieldRobot that is generating profit. So that amount is plus, that amount is minus. Now if you go one by one, you can see that overall they are in plus, but again, so we need actual on-chain data to track those trades, not just screenshots. And we need money to enter this YieldRobot smart contract from somewhere so we can actually do some tracking and, you know, for the protocol to work as intended. So overall, I hope you stuck around. I hope I brought some insight to everything you needed to know. I would say so far from everything we know, treat this as you would a normal miner. You know, don't go overboard until all of these small uncertain flags are confirmed. Tread lightly, all right? Again, as I said at the beginning, huge risk capital here, and, you know, do as one would normally do when it comes to high risk projects. And with that being said, have a good one. See you in the next one.